Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Dom, about to drop another video on you guys today. Command. It's one of those crazy things that's kind of like daunting almost every single captain. Well, most captains, because most captains have command as KD, at least in the Army. Command is KD, and if you guys don't know what KD means, it means key development. And I interviewed for command. I interviewed for command way back in October. Not to brag, but I was blessed with the opportunity to pick between multiple different units. I was offered every command that I interviewed for. From the bottom of my heart, I am very thankful that I was even offered this opportunity and/or this chance. To be brutally honest, I wouldn't have got a single command if I would have interviewed June, July, August, September, because I was all over the place. Didn't know what I want, didn't know if the military is what I wanted, didn't know if the military wanted me. It was always in my head. A lot of things changed, a lot of things happened, and I'm not gonna go through all those things. Maybe one video I'll talk about it, but to be brutally honest, you guys, I would not have done it. I would not have made it. And I think that's what's so awesome, and I think that's one strength that's gonna make me a great commander, is because I know what it feels like to have lost the one thing in the world that you want, and then to come back and still be here, moving forward. I know what it's like to have to go deep within yourself and find the happiness within yourself and not look elsewhere, I know what it's like to push through the late night hours, to find the mental resilience, to really find yourself and find your strengths. And through all that, I know that I will lead with compassion and strength. That's definitely something that I'll lead with. But either way, those are just some reasons I think I'm gonna be a good commander. But I believe I was so successful in my interviews because I was able to kind of do the basic things that most people didn't do. When you're interviewing for command, you look up the person you're gonna interview with, right? You see if you have any similarities, and that's probably some of the things you talk about during the interview. To me, that just seemed like common sense. I remember when I was growing up, right? And I remember my first job interview, I remember throwing on this polo. Oh no, it wasn't even polo. I was throwing on this Henley. If you guys don't know what a Henley is, it's like a shirt with like some buttons on it. Throwing on some jeans and throwing on some boots and running across the hall to my mom's room. And I was like, Mom, how does this look? How does this look, Mom? Does this look good? And this is for Wendy's, right? This is for Wendy's. I was like 15 or 16 years old. And she's like, Dominique, if you don't go change and put a suit and a tie on, I'm gonna go She said some things, right? She just basically said some things. I tell you that little small story to tell you that. Whenever you interview for command, you always put your best foot forward. One of the reasons that I think I stuck out in command is because I wore my dress uniform in every interview. Every single interview I wore my dress uniform. Besides knowing who I was interviewing with, I also wore my dress uniform. And it might also seem crazy. While I was also interviewing for Wendy's, I know this is gonna be wild, but I also looked up some history on Wendy's. I looked up like maybe the sandwiches and what else did I see? I think how to make the sandwiches, what's on all the sandwiches. And I'm 15, 16 years old trying to look this stuff up just so I'm prepared and I'm ready. And I tell you guys that because when you're interviewing for command, you probably want to know something about the unit you're in an interview with, right? You probably want to know the MTO, the platoons, the companies, other battalions, recent history in the unit, right? Reach out to somebody that's in the unit and ask them, hey, what's going on? How is command? Any crazy thing happened recently? I know that's what I did. So those are just a couple helpful tips that I think set me apart versus everybody else. And it doesn't mean that I'm like this super great smart person. Just think a little bit better. And so I implore all of you who are seeking command and looking for command to do those same type of things. Go those extra steps, go that extra mile. Do what needs to be done. Kind of, especially if it's a command you really want. And I wanted every command, any command I got, I was so just thankful, The command I ended up taking, which I won't say just yet, because I still have to go to the unit and survive. I actually took because my #1 pick, I wasn't sure if they wanted me. They hit me up they told me they would let me know one day. One day it was like a Thursday. I forgot the day. It was like one of these days it was like a Thursday. They didn't hit me up to that next Wednesday, and I'd already accepted another command. Sometimes things just kind of happen like that, you know? I hope that was helpful. If you guys have any questions, you know, drop them in the bottom. Questions, comments, concerns, like, comment, subscribe. Instagram's at the bottom. Snapchat's at the bottom. Don't live the same year 75, 80, 85, 90 times and then try and call it life. My name is Dom, Kid Thunder 2. I'm out, guys.